Yo.
Yeah, I just be my bad, home. I be venting. You hear me? Sometimes.
No, so what I was
venting all that.
I was going to say that. I just had to share the other day that, that peace of mind and that serenity, it needs to be protected because, see, it's people out here that's going through all kinds of stuff and they got all kinds of things inside of them. They want to project that bullshit on other people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You at your most serene moments or when you really trying to keep together the most, those kind of people can try to come and steal your joy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That serenity got to be that serenity got to be protected. That peace of mind got to be protected because these people got all kinds of evil stuff going on in their life, and some of these cats come from their households where they ain't got nothing going on, or they getting abused, or whatever the case may be, or their wife's making them feel like shit, and then they want to come to the prison and then bring that chaos that they bring to their house and put that on the prisoners.
Yeah, that's real shit right there. That's for sure. Cause I'm telling you, man, I'm in the door watching this 377-pound slob weeble wobble away from my cell, and I'm saying to myself, like, he probably couldn't even take a punch to his heart. Like there's no way. But we always try to resort it back to our bravado, our masculine. Physical combat prowess, the way I fuck motherfuckers up and all that shit growing up, and in my head, I automatically translated it to like, why is this man speaking to me like as if I won't fuck him up if he came in here and maced me for taking a shit? Like in my head, I'm like, do he really think that I'm that docile because I've cooled down? I'm not that I would just allow him to come in and sell on his white racist face. And I know you're racist. Like, you can tell from any time a person behaves that extreme or reacts that extreme, they are racist or a sociopath or sometimes a combination of the two. But in this environment, and in this day and age, and you know how motherfuckers, you know how they look at us and how they view us and how they feel about us and how they try to justify everything, and it's so polar opposite on this left-right-wing bullshit and all this shit you see going on. When somebody behaves in that manner, it's not a judgment. It's just me calling a tree by the fruited bear. Like, this is what the fuck you showing me. You showing me that I've done nothing to you, dog. I'm not in this jail causing a commotion. I'm not in this jail pushing no drugs. I'm not in this jail making wine and selling. I'm not in this jail making knives. I'm a fucking laid back 50-year-old, and I'm retired out this shit. And most every fucking other CO or officer that understand that they don't say shit to people like me. Like, they like, yo, this dude doing this time, he got a life sentence. They don't let me get away with murder. I ain't on this joint running around naked and flashing my dick on women and no pervert, no weird shit. I'm not trying to fuck they women, and I'm not doing nothing crazy. There's no reason for you to be in my face and in my way. Like, by all justifications of this shit, the way prison is, there's no reason for them to be saying anything to me, other than the fact that you simply don't like that I'm audacious enough to assert my rights and say, yo, you can't speak to me like that. Say, yo, I'm allowed a modicum of privacy when I'm taking a shit, when I'm washing up. This is in the rule book. Yeah, well, also in the rule policy, you can't cover your windows at all. And I'm like, yo, I can cover it enough that somebody outside can't look in, walking by and see me asshole naked or wiping shit out of my ass or washing my body or masturbating. I'm allowed to do that.
Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Albion.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
And this is the shit that kills me. But in my environment, this is the crazy part. If I smash him, if I do something to him, even in defense of myself, they will paint this picture of me. They will paint this picture of me that this was an officer just doing his job, and this inmate reacted totally aggressive, and he wouldn't stop resisting. Whatever the fuck their justification is gonna be. But the crazy part is that people out there will feed into it. Like, you got an abundance of people that believe everybody in jail supposedly you shouldn't go to jail. Like, that's their joint. Like, as if they cousins, if they never ran a red light, if they never did nothing wrong, I never did that type of crime, or they never lied. Like, people take their commandments and they selective with it. Especially it's a Christian country mostly, and Muslims too. It ain't no thou shalt not kill, and thou shalt not lie, and thou shalt not steal. But stealing is okay. It's not as bad as a sin is a sin is a sin. Like you're wrong is you're wrong. You do wrong, I do wrong. Everybody do wrong. We flaws. So what I'm saying is that when I'm in here, I'm paying my debt to society. It's never enough. So a person will say, man, they got cable in jail. I don't even got cable on the street. I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I hate when motherfuckers say stupid shit like that. Cable in jail don't get me around my family. And this is the crazy part. I have gratitude that I'm able to get up because I know it's kids in Africa. This is a reality. It's kids in Africa that gotta walk 10 miles to get fresh water to drink. They gotta get water to clean up and shit like that to cook with. There's kids in South America doing the same thing. It's poor kids in America that go to school hungry. I get up and I can go in my cabinet and grab something to eat that I bought from commissary. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. I'm not naive to the fact that even though I'm doing a life sentence, I got a lot of blessings. I could get up and press water, even though the water probably killing me because this is from a treatment plant. But I could get some cold water or some hot water to cook my soup in. I can eat a little bit of something. I'm not starving. And there's plenty of motherfuckers that did less and did way less and don't deserve the shit. Kids, children, that's innocent, is suffering more than I am. My thing is that I'm still suffering as far as socially because I'm not able to raise...
State Correctional Institution, Albion.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
I'm in no way able to raise my grandson. I couldn't raise my daughter for 20 years. I have missed everybody's life that I was important to, and that's important to me. I'm not allowed to have relations with a woman ever again in their eyes. This is the reality. I'm a Buddhist monk except for masturbation, basically. I haven't had a caress and a hug and a kiss in 20 fucking years. But to them, that's man, I ain't raped no fucking body. There's no reason I shouldn't have a marriage and conjugal visits. But I don't have a sex crime. I got taking money and getting in a shootout. But okay, cool. I'm doing my time. Once I'm doing my time, that's not enough for you? Like, when is it ever enough? Like, you don't get tired of, like, you think I got to come in this joint and I got to deal with your evils and your problems. Bitch, I got a bunch of fucking evils and problems going on in my life. I got motherfuckers suffering without me. I got motherfuckers that need me there or want me there. I got motherfuckers that love me and care about me and worry about me, especially my mom. Like it's a lot of shit that motherfuckers think motherfuckers in prison ain't going through because they in prison. And it's a gift and a curse. Like, there's a lot of things that's taken care of and there's a lot of things that ain't. But the fact is that we all got our own set of problems, and when you empower, my thing is that for a system, it's a system you got set up. And when your system empowers motherfuckers to behave the way they behave, you sending home, you perpetuating a cycle of damaged motherfuckers. And that's the onus is on you in that regard, because you can do something about it and you choose not to. You empowered the wrong guards. Like this sergeant, when I got off the phone with you, like 3 boys like, damn, that was you he's threatening this morning. I thought you was gonna black out because they think I'm burnt out old here. I thought you was gonna black out. I'm glad you ain't black out. I was like, nah. And I heard you say, call my bluff and put something else in your window. I said, yeah, it was more antagonistic shit. They're supposed to de-escalate a situation. That's all language to escalate the situation. You understand what I'm saying? They in this joint, well, you got to show these dudes. You don't have to show me shit. Your job is not to prove to me how tough you is or how gangster you could be. You're not a gangster. That's not what you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a killer who's tougher than the killers in here. You're supposed to be somebody that can tame a killer and hold him down when you got 10 or 20 motherfuckers when he go out of control. And not take it personal because he retarded or he a killer or whatever the fuck it is. It's not against you. It's a but these motherfuckers have no professionalism with them in that regard. So my whole thing be, how do I convey that to the masses or convey that to my family that if I get fucked up and I end up on death row or I end up getting killed, it could go either way, because a motherfucker come in and try to spray me while I'm taking this shit and I lost my fucking mind and snapped out. How do I convey that to get that known so I don't die in vain or I don't kill somebody and be on death row in vain because these motherfuckers is misbehaving on a high level where it's like they culture in this joint on a regular. It's just dog niggas. They told another young boy, take it in if I fuck you up. If I got to put my lunch down, I'm coming out there and fuck you up. This a boy that can't fight, and he won't come out here and do nothing with this dude one-on-one or take him back in the cell or in the closet. He just talking crazy to a dude in order to provoke or instigate a reaction from you so that he can be justified in coming out and pepper spraying you and having 20 guards jump you. Like, they really, really don't belong in these positions of power. And that'd be my issue, man. They don't belong in these positions of power, and the people that's overseeing them, their superiors, they know it because they got kicked off of other blocks for the same shit. So these are the dudes you should have working the perimeter, driving the trucks around, looking for the motherfucking weaknesses in the fences and shit like that, up in the tower and shit like that. You should have these motherfuckers everywhere except where they need to be around inmates because they don't like inmates or they don't like blacks. One or the other. but you shouldn't have them in that capacity. And this shit is on their social media and all that shit. Jesus type motherfuckers that got swastikas and all that shit on their social media. They exposed a bunch of them down Huntington prison, and they still employ them in government capacities. That shit weirds me out, man. I'm through. Good looking, homie.
Nah, I feel you, man.
Yeah, man. This shit I was so frustrated today, man. I mean, I tried to laugh it off, but that shit had me so hot because I'm like, yo, I will beat this boy the fucker. Like, you can't beat me, man.
You're stupid. He said you don't think he could take a punch to his heart.
No, if I punch this boy in his chest, he'd probably have a heart attack right there on the spot. Like, and you just so reckless with me.
What do you think he's so fat? He got congestive heart failure, heart disease.
Yeah, yo, the dude is like so. That's probably why he mad at the world, because he ain't got the discipline to take care of his own health. So he trying to take out as many niggas as he can before he go, or humiliate as many of us as he can. Like whatever his misery thing is, whatever his misery index is, he likes they different, man. Yeah. And this is the shit that sends dudes home fucked up. This is why I went home fucked up in 2000, because I forgot all the good, cool white people I knew growing up, and I automatically plastered all the shit I see on them in here. Like I say, yeah, the motherfuckers that was cool with me and treat me good, they probably was doing that because it was convenient and they was living in our neighborhood, so they had to be nice, but they probably really hated us secretly, like all these motherfuckers do. Like you project everything you go through in these joints, the traumatizations in here, the social traumatizations, the intellectual, the emotional traumatizations you go through in here. When you keep biting your tongue, you start self-loathing slowly but surely. You start looking down on yourself like, am I a fucking coward, or am I really the piece of shit that they think I am and know that I'm talking to? And that shit start coming out. And then when you get out, you overcompensate to show and prove yourself that you're not. When you ain't got no leash on you no more, you like, yeah, I'm going to see this, they deserve this because it's probably the same. And as I'm pointing that gun at them white ladies in that bank, I'm just seeing the guards. I don't see the white lady that might be a mother and might be cool. All I'm saying is the guard white lady who came in here and said, Loper, take your fucking sign down. You heard me. And I'm like, yo, this little nice white lady, she look like a soccer mom. She talking crazy to me like that for nothing. That's the type of shit that goes on that you translated into all these warped-ass visions or ideas of how human beings is. And that is some deep psychological shit right there. Like, that shit really fucks these youngsters up. And it's fucking me up, and I'm aware of it. So I can imagine what it's subconsciously doing to motherfuckers who not even aware of how it's seeping into their subconscious and making them overcompensate and behave in the most fucked up ways when they get out on the street again. This shit is some deep shit, man.
What you call it? Chinese water torture?
Yeah, Chinese water torture. You know, they drip the water on your forehead.
One drop at a time. It just
drive you crazy. One drop at a time. And they in here, they like doing it to us on the intangible tip, where they shoot little shots at you, say little smart shit, tone, inflection, and shit like that. And then as soon as they do something like what he did, if he just said, call my bluff, and I said, man, fuck you, and put my sign back up, and then when he ran back in there and pepper sprayed me and I'd have fucked him up, he'd be like, yeah, he had his joint up and security says that we got to be able to see in his cell, and I couldn't see, so I had to take it. I had to assume that he was trying to hurt me or something like that. When I done mouthed to you 10 times, I'm taking the shit. And all you had to do is look in the cell over the fucking flap, and you would have seen me on the toilet. But you choose to not use your tippy toes to lift your fatness up to look over the side. Like, man, it's some deep shit in these traits, man, that we be wrestling with every day that I try not to talk to people about because I don't be wanting to stress y'all out there about my situation because I know y'all got y'all own shits out there. But it's a lot of bad shit going on in these joints, man, and they doing it on the regular. They macing niggas on the regular. They mace niggas for not standing for count, like on some real slavery shit. It's like on some real slavery shit, dog. No threat. You're only supposed to use mace when the motherfucker's a threat to your life or a threat to somebody else or a threat to security. And ain't none of that shit happening. Like, nobody ain't doing shit to nobody. This shit is they just doing it on a whim. This shit is real crazy at SCI Albion in Pennsylvania, in the United States of America. It's a real fucking conundrum in this joint, and they is cool with it. Like, those the powers that be is cool with it as it is. You hear me?
I hear you, man.
Thank you for using.
I love you, I don't want.
Love.